All right, welcome back to another session where I work through the homework. We're looking at solving quadratic systems. So we have a system of two equations, and we want to see if they intersect or if they don't intersect. So we have a quadratic, which is basically shaped like a parabola, and a linear equation. So we have a line. So the three possibilities of solutions are going to be the one you see here, no solution, or we know that they'll have complex solutions, or exactly one solution because the two lines will intersect at exactly one point, or two solutions, real solutions, where the lines will intersect at exactly two. So the idea is that we solve both equations for y. So in these cases, they're already solved for y. So step 2 would be we set them equal to each other and then move everything to one side of the equation and it'll be equal to 0. And we can use our techniques for factoring, completing the square, or slide and divide, or the quadratic formula, whichever is best suitable for the situation. So let's look at number 1. We have x squared plus 3x minus 5. So x squared plus 3x minus 5 equals x plus 3. Okay, I'm going to move everything to the left. So I'm going to subtract x, subtract 3 from both sides. So minus x minus 3. On the right-hand side, I'm going to have 0. Left-hand side, x squared plus 2x minus 8. Okay, so it's equal to 0. So how are we going to factor this? I'm thinking multiples of negative 8 that add up to 2. I feel like this is going to work. So multiples of negative 8 are going to be 1 and 8, 2 and 4. And we want it to add up to positive 2. So one of these needs to be negative. The smaller one needs to be negative. So we see that, okay, it's not this one. So negative 2 and 4. This adds up to positive 2. And multiplies to make negative 8. So this is going to factor into x minus 2 and x plus 4. This is all equal to 0. So we can set each of these equal to 0. And solving these for x, we see x is equal to 2, x is equal to negative 4. So basically, if we look at the factors, it's the opposite, basically. So we'll probably do that on the next one. So x plus 2 and x minus 4. So this means that the parabola intersects the line at exactly 2 spots. So if you have an x-axis, it's going to intersect when x is 2 and when x is 4. All right, let's look at number 2. They're both solved for y, so I'm going to just set them equal to each other. X squared minus 4x plus 6 equals x plus 2. I'm going to subtract x and subtract 2 from both sides. So minus x minus 2. I'm going to get x squared minus 5x plus 4 equals 0. So multiples of 4 that add up to negative 5. That's a nice one. It's 1 and 4. So negative 5. So both have to be negative. They both multiply to make positive 4 and add up to negative 5. So we're good. So the factors are going to be x minus 1, x minus 4 equals 0. Again, we can set them equal to 0, and we'll see that x is going to be equal to 1, and x is going to be equal to 4. So the situation we have is similar to number 1, where the parabola and the line intersect at exactly 2 spots. 1 and 4. All right, number 3. Both equal to y, so we're good. X squared minus 10x plus 14 equals 7x minus 16. I'm going to move everything to the left. Minus 7x plus 16. So minus 7x plus 16. On the right-hand side, we have 0. Left-hand side, we're going to have 30 minus 17 and x squared. So x squared minus 17x plus 30. So multiples of 30, positive 30, that add up to negative 17. I'm thinking 15 and 2. Negative 15 and negative 2, since it's negative 17. All right, so the factors are going to be x minus 15, x minus 2, which is equal to 0. We see that x is equal to positive 15 and x is equal to positive 2. Again, the parabola intersects with the line at 2 and 15. All right, number 4. Y is equal to x squared minus 24 and y is equal x minus 12. So x squared minus 24 equals x minus 12. Okay, I'm going to subtract x from both sides. There's no x on the left, so it's just going to be minus x by itself. And I'm going to add 12 to both sides. So we're going to get x squared minus x minus 12 equals 0. Okay, can this be factored? Multiples of negative 12 that add up to negative 1. 1 and 12, 6 and 2, 3 and 4. So 3 and 4. Needs to be negative, so one of them needs to be negative. Since the x is negative, it's the bigger one. So the factors are going to be x, oh my goodness. The factors are going to be x plus 3, x minus 4 equals 0. Set each of these equal to 0. We'll see x is equal to negative 3 and x is equal to positive 4. Again, the parabola and the line intersect at 2 points rather. Negative 3 and 4. Okay, number 5. Both equal to y, so I'm just going to go set them equal to each other. So x squared plus 8x plus 16 equals x plus 6. All right, I'm going to subtract x and subtract 6 from both sides. So minus x minus 6. Right-hand side, I'm going to get 0. Left-hand side, x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay, multiples of 10 that add up to 7. That's easy, 5 and 2. positive 5, positive 2. So the factors are going to be x plus 5 and x plus 2 equals 0. We'll see that x is equal to negative 5 and x is equal to negative 2. So again, the parabola intersects with the line at x equals negative 5 and x equals negative 2. Okay. Okay, word problem. All right, number 6. Path of a ball hit from a home run can be modeled by y is equal to negative x squared over 484 plus x plus 3, where x and y are in feet and home plate is the origin. The ball lands in the stands, which are modeled by 4y minus x equals negative 352 for x greater than 400. So x needs to be bigger than 400. How far vertically and horizontally from home plate does the ball land? You may solve using a calculator. Okay, so essentially what's happening is that the ball hit from home plate to the stands. And the stands are modeled basically like this. So we want to figure out, so if this is the origin, right, this is the origin, 0, 0. The ball is hit from the origin and lands in the stands somewhere on this line. So we want to figure out what is the x value and also what is the y value. Okay. The first one, y equals negative x squared over 484 plus x plus 3. Second one, 4y minus x is equal to negative 352. Okay, I'm going to divide everything by 4. Well, actually, let's add x to both sides. So we're going to get 4y is equal to x minus 352. Divide everything by 4. We're going to get y is equal to 1/4 x minus 352 divided by 4. 352 divided by 4. Okay, so now that they're both set equal to y, we can set them equal to each other. So this is going to be negative x squared over 484 plus x plus 3 equals 1/4 x minus 352 over 4. Okay, I'm going to move everything to the left. So I'm going to subtract 1/4 x, and I'm going to add 352 over 4 to both sides. Okay, so right-hand side, we're going to get 0. That's nice. All right, left-hand side, we have negative x squared over 484, x minus 1/4, so plus 3/4 x plus, so if we get a common denominator of 4, this is going to be 12 over 4. So when we add these together, this is going to be 3 64 divided by 4. Okay, definitely gonna use a calculator on this. So I'm thinking if we multiply, because I want to clear the fraction. Even though I'm using a calculator, I don't want to put a weird bunch of different calculations in using all the different functions. Do I want to clear the fraction? That's the question. So if we multiply everything by 4, we're going to get, what are we going to get? Negative x squared over 121 plus 3x plus 364 equals 0. Okay. Multiply everything by 121. Negative 121. So this is going to be x squared. I'm multiplying everything by negative 121, just to clear the fraction. Minus 363 x minus 44,044 equals 0. Okay. Quadratic formula time. This is quadratic formula for sure. So A, B, C. All right, let's get some room. So negative B. So negative 363 plus or minus square root negative b, or b squared rather, which is negative 363 squared minus 4a, which is 1, that's nice, and then c, which is negative 44,044. All over 2a, which is 2. All right, I'm punching this into the calculator. All right, so this is going to be minus negative 363. Okay, so our two answers, the negative version is going to be negative 96 basically, and the positive version is 459. So we want x greater than 400, so this x here is going to be 400 459 feet. Okay, so when we take that number, because it says that it wants vertically and horizontally. So we found horizontally 459 feet in the x direction. In the y direction, let's plug that in to the 1/4 x minus 352 over 4. So basically this one right here. We're going to plug x into that. So I'm running out of room. So let's do 1/4 negative 352. All right. 1/4 times 459 minus 352 over 4. What does this equal? .26 3/4, or 0.75 rather. So the solution, 459 feet from home plate and 26.75 feet above. Okay, moving right along. Let's look at number 7. 7 through 10 actually. All right, solve for x algebraically. So essentially what we've been doing. Okay, so they're both equal to y. So I can set them equal to each other. The only difference with this problem is that they're both quadratic. So my possible solutions are going to be two parabolas that cross like this at 2 points, or two parabolas that touch at 1 point, or we just have two parabolas that never intersect. They're disjoint. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to set them equal to each other. X squared minus 2x plus 4 equals negative x squared minus 2x plus 4. I'm going to move everything to the left. So let's add x squared, add 2x, and subtract 4 from both sides. So adding x squared, adding 2x, and subtracting 4. All right, this is interesting. Right hand side, we got 0. Left hand side, 2x squared. Negative 2 plus 2, that's 0. That cancels. Plus 4 minus 4, that cancels. So essentially we have 2x squared is equal to 0. Okay, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. X squared is equal to 0. Take the square root, and x is equal to 0. So we have exactly one root, or one intersection. That one's nice. All right, let's look at number 8. Okay, both equal to y. So I'm going to set them equal to each other. X squared plus 3x plus 2 equals x squared plus 5x minus 4. I'm moving everything to the left, just out of habit. Minus x squared minus 5x plus 4. Minus x squared minus 5x plus 4. Okay, right hand side, 0. By design, it's 0. X minus x squared, that's convenient. And 3x minus 5 is negative 2x. 2 plus 4 is going to be 6. Okay, negative 2x squared plus 6 equal to 0. We'll solve this for x, minus 6. So negative 2x is equal to negative 6. Divide both sides by negative 2. x is equal to, so the negatives cancel, 6 divided by 2 is 3. All right, so we have two parabolas, one that opens up and the other one that opens up. So as these go towards infinity, they'll never intersect. They only intersect at this point here, which is x equals 3. Okay, next one. What was this? 7, 8, 9. All right, both equal to y. We have a parabola that opens up, it's positive. The other one opens down. So our possible scenarios. Okay, set them equal to each other. X squared plus 18x plus 35 equals negative x squared plus 2x plus 5. I'll move everything to the left. So I'm adding x squared. I'm subtracting 2x, subtracting 5 from both sides. Minus 2x minus 5. So right hand side, 0. Left hand side, 2x squared plus 16x plus 30. Okay, I have three even numbers. I'm going to divide everything by 2. So I'm going to get x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0. So multiples of 15 that add up to 8. 5 and 3 is what comes to mind. So 5 and 3. So the factors are 8 plus 5, x plus 5 rather, and x plus 3. We'll see that x is equal to negative 5 and x is equal to negative 3. So the situation that we have is we have the two parabolas that intersect at x equals negative 5 and x equals negative 3. Okay, last one. They're both equal to y already. One opens up, one opens down. So let's set them equal to each other. X squared plus 16x plus 32 equals negative x squared plus 2. Okay, I'm going to add x squared to both sides, subtract 2, so plus x squared minus 2. We're going to get 2x squared plus 16x plus 30 equals 0. How convenient is that? Okay, so this is actually the same problem we have here. 2x squared plus 16x plus 30. Okay, well, the mathematician in me is saying C number 9. All right, hopefully you found this useful. Please like, subscribe, let me know. I know this is different from usual, but it's after midnight for sure. 12:08 to be exact. All right, good luck.